She was just a teenage babysitter, alone in the house. The kids were already asleep upstairs as she arrived, and the parents were halfway out the door to their evening restaurant reservation. Tracy had been in this situation 100 times before. She often babysat kids in the local area, and she was a reliable and well-liked girl in the local community. But tonight was going to be different. She was babysitting 2 children of a wealthy local couple. The house was large and in a gated community, the kind of place where the residents felt safe and secure. As usual, when she was babysitting, Tracy settled down to watch some TV for the night. In a slightly more luxurious setting than usual in front of a 100-inch smart TV, she nestled down into the couch to enjoy her evening. Suddenly, her viewing was interrupted by a sudden noise. The phone rang. She paused the TV, reached over and grabbed the receiver. "Hello," she said. A man whispered, "Have you checked the children?" She could hear the man breathing on the other end of the line. She hung up. Must be some kind of prank. But the call came again. "Have you checked the children?" In a whisper. And again. Each time, the same question. "Have you checked the children?" Terrified, she called the police. As she waited for the call to connect, she looked out the window to see if anyone was there, watching her. It was quiet and still outside. 911, what's your emergency?" came a voice on the other end of the line. Tracy explained what was happening. The operator tried to keep her calm. He told Tracy that police were on the way and insisted she stay on the line as they were tracing the call. Moments later, the operator came back onto the line. Tracy immediately noticed a change in his voice. Panic, urgency. "Get out of the house," he said. "Now!" "What?" said Tracy. "But the call is coming from inside the house. Get out!" Tracy threw down the handset and ran to the front door. She didn't even put on her shoes. She ran into the street, her heart burning with fear, her head racing with emotion. She wasn't even thinking about the kids. Instinct kicked in, survival. She ran as fast and as far as she could. She ran until she could not run any further, and then she ran some more, out into the night, barefoot and shaking, tears blinding the road ahead, until a police car pulled up in front of her, and she ran into the officer's arms. Back at the house, another unit had made its way to the property. Officers pulled up outside and stormed in. They ran upstairs and into the first room at the top of the landing, the parents' bedroom, and found the upstairs phone next to the bed, still off the hook. The children? Fast asleep, safe. They never made a sound. Meanwhile, back at the other patrol car, Tracy had started to calm down a little now, and her sight was returning as the tears began to fade. "The children? Are they okay?" she said in a concerned and panicked tone. "Don't worry," said the officer. "Jenny and Tommy are perfectly safe." Tracy felt relief. Then a curiosity fell over her. "But how did you know their names?" I never told the operator." Tracy looked a little harder at the officer in front of her, then back at the car. The flashing lights now much clearer. It wasn't a patrol car. It was a private security vehicle. The man standing in front of her wasn't wearing a police uniform after all, but a security guard's uniform. Tracy barely had time to process what was happening before the smiling face in front of her changed its demeanor, and comforting embrace morphed into a physical restraint as the man's hand moved upwards and a chloroform rag was smothered into her face. Panic, struggle, fear, then nothing. Bob liked his job as a security guard. He knew the neighborhood well. He had chatted to all the residents and had looked at all of their properties personally. He had offered them advice on how to improve their home security. where they were exposed and at risk to intruders. Yes, Bob was a great security guard, all right. He had done this job for years. He had worked in many different towns over the years, but never really stayed more than a few months. Because security wasn't the only thing that Bob loved to do, but that other thing, well, that belongs in the darkness. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss another beat on the Monster Legends channel.